What's going on, everybody? Got another comparison video for you today. I'm going to be doing a tabletop comparison of the Mossberg 590A1 tactical shotgun, and I'm going to be comparing it to a budget option, the Hatsan Escort MPTS. So I'm going to be going over all kinds of things today. I'm going to be going over the accessories, the ergonomics, the trigger, capacity, reliability, and field strip. So I'm basically looking to take what you would call, I'm not going to say a premium shotgun, but a tried and true tactical shotgun. And I'm going to be comparing it to a economic, budget-friendly option, which I believe is a very, very excellent option if you're looking to go cheaper compared to the tried and true Mozzie. So, getting it going today, I'm actually going to start the video with the field strip of the shotguns, and then we're going to work our way forward. So, stay tuned. So I'm going to do the field strip on the Hatsan first. So, to field strip the Hatsan shotgun, there's several things you're going to need to be doing. First of which, obviously, is making sure it's unloaded. So, to begin the field strip, you simply twist off your end cap. Now, this specific model of shotgun does have a +2 extension, but it's actually built right into the receiver, or into the tube, so you don't need to worry about any issues that way. So to take it off, we're going to lock my action back, and I'm just going to pull the barrel forward. It might drag the action with it slightly, that's fine. Off comes your barrel. Now, to remove the bolt carrier, you simply just slide the action right out, and it's going to come right off. Now this part right here is going to just lift. I'm going to get the camera to focus a little bit better here. That's better. And you simply just lift, push forward and lift out. And there you go. So you can see how the locking lug works. This method is actually far superior to that of the Remington 870, because with the 870, you actually have the additional block here that you have to balance on the op rods. But with the Hatsan, it's actually built right into the entire system. So literally all you're doing is just taking your bolt off. And here's the kicker. That's it for field strip. The shotgun is now officially field stripped. You can take the entire trigger group out if you punch out those 2 pins, but for the purpose of a field strip, that's not necessary. Let's move on to the Mossberg. For field stripping the Mossberg, it's a little bit more difficult. So again, we're gonna make sure it's unloaded. You hear stories about people who are cleaning their shotguns or cleaning their guns and shoot themselves, and I have to wonder how that's even possible. But you know what? It happens. So this bad boy is, as we can see, unloaded. So for field strip, I'm sorry, I'm trying to work with the camera on this. This is not easy. Other YouTubers that make it look easy, they're lying. You'll twist off your end cap. And you're going to push forward on your barrel after you've locked the action back slightly. You got to kind of work the action a bit until you find the right spot. Off comes your barrel. Now, this is where it gets a little bit tricky on the shotgun. So there's a pin right here. You have to punch that out. Watch, my camera's gonna fall over. Oh, maybe not. Most of the time, you don't even need to hammer it out. You just need enough pressure to push it out. Once you've got that out, you just pull forward and down on your trigger group. Here comes one of the shell stops. Don't fight with me. There it goes. There it goes. Now, in order to get the shell lifter out, you got to kind of pinch it, because you'll see it protrudes through on both sides with these pins here. That's how the shell lifter locks in place. You got to kind of... There's your bolt, slide that out. And then you can pinch. This is not the exact order you have to do this in. You can do it differently if you want to. Don't fight with me, fuckface. Come on. What does it get? Oh, there it goes. So that's this shotgun field stripped. Lot more parts to do the bottom. And this is the basic field strip. So as you can see, it's substantially more difficult than a Remington or a Mossberg. Now, just for the sake of time in this video, I'm not going to show the reassembly. It's literally just the exact opposite of what I just showed you. Now that I've got the shotguns fully reassembled, as you can clearly have seen, the Mossberg is a fair bit more difficult to disassemble and reassemble than the Hatsan or a Remington, which is definitely a downside to the shotgun itself, because shotguns in general are supposed to be very simplistic. But when you look at the reliability and the track record of the Mossberg, it's definitely easy to look past it. So let's get into some of the features of the shotguns. So we'll start with the Mossberg. The Mossberg has what's called a speed feed stock. So with the speed feed stock, it basically allows you to hold 4 shells in the stock itself. So there's 2 on this side, and there's 2 on the opposite side. Why they call it a speed feed, I don't really know, because it's not exactly fast to get those out of there and reload the shotgun, but, I mean, you take what you can get. Working our way forward, as you can see, it does have just a standard angled grip. The receiver is an aluminum alloy. I believe it's T6061 aluminum. Most manufacturers are using aluminum receivers, with the exception of Remington, who still uses steel. It does offer a great benefit in terms of weight savings, for sure. On the bottom of the shotgun, this one specifically does use an aluminum trigger housing, whereas previous models used just like a polymer base. The shotgun itself does not have a shell lifter present when the shotgun or when the action itself is closed. Now, if I rack the action open, which I'm going to do right now, I'll set this down on my lap here. So with the action open, you can see the shell lifter now jumps down. So when the shell lifter jumps down, the next shell is now loaded onto the tray, and when you close it, as you can see, it jumps up, and it stays there, so you have nothing impeding your ability to load shells. Some people see it as a benefit for being faster to reload, others see it as a point of ingress for dirt and debris. You win some, you lose some. Continuing our way up the shotgun, it does have dual extractors. So the Mossbergs have an extractor on both sides of the bolt, allowing for very positive extraction of spent shells, even some of the cheaper ones that have been known to jam up other shotguns. It does have a topside Picatinny rail for choosing to mount any sort of a red dot if you so choose. And it has ghost ring adjustable sights. The rear sight is adjustable for windage and elevation. The front sight is adjustable for windage. Continuing forward, the barrel itself is a heavy wall barrel. It's a very thick, heavy-duty barrel on this bad boy. It is 20 inches long. The choke, or the entire barrel, is a cylinder bore barrel. So you can shoot birdshot, buckshot, slugs, whichever you want. The barrel itself is also chrome-lined to allow for durability and wear resistance. The magazine tube holds 8+1, so the shotgun itself holds 9 rounds in total. You can have 8 in the tube, 1 in the chamber. On this specific model of shotgun, it does have a railed forend, so you have rails on both sides of the actual cocking handle, or the forend, you could say. Those allow for just mounting lights, lasers, whatever. And then on the bottom, you have a rail segment if you choose to mount an angled foregrip or anything like that. The Hatsan, working our way down, this specific model. Now, the thing I should mention with both these models is they both have substantial differences. especially in their models. You can get different models of the 590A1 that have the mag pull furniture, ones that don't have a railed fore end. It's all different. You can get pistol grip models. Before I forget, this one also has a tang safety up on the top of the receiver, which is a great idea because with this specific model, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about this. I was still very iffy about it, but after having used it a bit, I can definitely see the benefit. One of the issues with it, though, is with this specific style, if you have a pistol grip on the shotgun, you actually have to dismount the shotgun from your grip in order to actuate the safety. Moving down to the Hatsan has a 4-position collapsible stock. This is the tactical stock model at MPTS, Military Police Tactical Stock. It is a pistol grip model, so it has a 4-position stock with a pistol grip. The safety is a cross-bolt safety, very similar to that of a Remington. It is a very positive safety. The trigger guard on these models is polymer. It is a plastic trigger guard, but I've never had any issues or even seen any issues of it breaking. Your action release on this one is right here, very similar to that of the Remington 870. That's how you'd release your action. The Mossberg actually went a different method, and you can see it right there. This little tab right here. So when you're holding this, you simply have to adjust your grip slightly to push that, and you can release your action. This, I believe, is a far superior model to that of the front, because you don't need to necessarily dismount your entire grip on the shotgun to hit it. Continuing forward, the shotgun itself, as you can see, does have a shell lifter. It isn't very strong. Like, it's very easy to load shells very quickly into the shotgun. It's not that big of an issue, but I just figured I'd point that out for the sake of comparison. Moving up, the bolt itself is a single extractor. Again, by looking at this bolt, first thing that comes to mind is Remington. It looks very similar to a Remington shotgun. But it is a single extractor. That being said, I don't know how many thousands of rounds I have through this gun, and I've never suffered a failure to extract, so that's just a testament to the reliability and ergonomics of the shotgun. Again, it does have a topside Picatinny rail. It has ghost ring adjustable sights, but these sights are a wee bit different because it's got fiber optic inserts on both the rear and the front. So on the rear, as you can see, it's got 2 green dots, then the ghost ring. On the front, it's got a fiber optic red with blades protecting it on both sides. Continuing our way forward, this shotgun does also have a 20-inch barrel. It isn't a heavy profile barrel. It's probably what I would call like a medium, maybe a medium light profile barrel. The fore end, as you can see, is substantially larger than that of the Mossberg. Now, generally speaking, your hand rides somewhere in here just because of how the shotgun, at least for me personally, is ergonomically. It does have a rail up front here. Now, I wouldn't recommend this for a foregrip or anything like that, simply because by reaching this far forward, you're actually straining yourself quite a bit. It's quite a bit of a strain to reach all the way up here. I believe this is more for lights and lasers. The tube itself holds 7 rounds, so it's a 7-round shotgun, 1 in the chamber, so it gives you 8 in total. So the Mossberg holds 1 round more than the Hatsan does. The Hatsan also, although it doesn't have a heavy profile barrel, it does have a heat shield up on the top, which actually just adds to a very nice aesthetic look of the gun. And on the very end, we have a threaded muzzle brake. So with this one, it is just a brake. I can tell you right now that brake does nothing whatsoever to reduce felt recoil or muzzle climb. I think it's just there for aesthetic reasons. You'd be more inclined to get a breaching choke or something for it. These are the 2 shotguns. Now, the Mossberg has a kind of a phosphate coating to it, especially on the barrel. The Hatsan, this is not stainless steel. The receiver itself is an aluminum alloy receiver. But the finish itself is what's called a nickel chromium finish. So basically they use kind of like an electromagnetic particle enhancer that basically sprays this specific nickel chromium coating on it. It allows for enhanced wear resistance, what you'd see with something like stainless steel, but it's cheaper. It's cheaper and it's just as effective. It's also very good looking. The triggers, I'm going to set the camera back on its tripod and I'm going to show you guys the triggers. Actually, I'm going to get on the other side so you can see the trigger pull. The Hatsan, for a cheap shotgun, has an amazing trigger. Let's get on the Mossberg. Hope if I turn the safety off. The Mossberg has a good trigger, but it is noticeably heavier than the trigger on the Hatsan. So next up, I actually just want to show you guys this, just because it sounds cool. I'm going to show you the sound of the shotguns being loaded, and then the sound of the action being racked. So we'll start with the Mossberg. Now let's go to the sound of the Hatsan being loaded. They sound really cool. These are the type of guns that, you know, if somebody breaks into your house and you rack that action, they're going to know they're in trouble. So coming down to it, let's look at the price ranges. So the price range of the Hatsan, this specific model with the enhanced coating, was $450. No, it was not. It was regular price $450. I got it for $399. The Mossberg 590 is around, depending on the time you buy it and who you buy it from, models like this can go anywhere from $600 all the way up to $900. Again, depending on the model that you get. This specific model retails for $599. So price-wise, the Hatsan is a much better option. Now, if it came down to picking one of the two, do I go with the Turkish Delight or do I go with the American Muscle? And that's honestly a very difficult question to answer because they're both absolutely phenomenal shotguns. The Mossberg has a proven track record. The Hatsan, at least in my books, is very proven. It's in extensive use with law enforcement and military in Turkey. Overall, between the two, if I had to pick, I would say I would probably go with the Hatsan. It's better price, excellent quality, excellent reliability. I've never had an issue with it. I feel the Hatsan's a better bang for the buck. But if you can afford to go bigger, by all means go bigger. If money's not a factor, I would say go with the Mossberg. If you're looking for an economical shotgun, the Hatsan's by far the way to go. Anywho, that's just a quick little comparison of these two guns. I just wanted to show some, tried and true American muscle versus the budget option that is surprisingly good. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see y'all next time.